Menudo? Why would we make
I don't know, you know what, I started, like I knew Bryan because I have an older brother and I used to go to the community center all the time and it was mainly just the comics. Why they wanted to bring me, I don't know, maybe
They loved you. They
sucked
thought you
their
were
dick.
hysterical.
I'm just kidding.
They thought you were hysterical. They were like,
No,
you're
they
so
were-
fucking funny.
It was nice because I really wanted to go to, like I'd never been to a show like this. Like I used to only get the comics of Walter, like he said, Bryan,
Right.
and Walter would give me their like comics they didn't want. Like be like, here's, you know, this, it's all ripped up, the covers, but I loved it. And then I'd buy some comics from the local, like we had Katz's with a spin reel and I'd buy some comics.
Katz's confection.
But I was super in, you guys had talked about like, oh, there's this big show, it's amazing, and there's all these toys and all that, and I really wanted to go, and I don't know, yeah, they just, I think I just asked Bryan, Walt, was like, please let me go. It would be so much fun.
It was so strange that like a couple of 20-something, mid-20s people were just like hounding this 15-year-old going like, you suck a lot of dick,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah, it's like,
Now that I think about it, like it all worked out, like here we are and we're friends and shit, but like if you take it out of context,
really go
it almost
to a
reads like,
teenage boy.
yes. It sounds so unstable. It's just like, yeah, we would drive around with this 15-year-old and talk about how much dick he sucked. Is that legal? We're like, I don't know, is it?
And it would be funny. I remember it was really funny at first, but I just remember they just kept going to where like I couldn't even keep up because then all of a sudden it was like, and then Spider-Man came in and comes all over your face while you're getting fucked by cha-ching, and quarters are falling out your ass because you're, you know, and I was like, yeah, and then, oh my god, and then I did that. What?
Well, then Walter gets like real esoteric with the references and shit. Then MODOK is involved. And Mewes doesn't have a MODOK-like collection, so he's like, who is that? You know. Then you have to stop and update him. I'm in the back seat going, MODOK, of course, is do you remember being the kid that would always yell comics? This was awesome. One of the things I loved about you most. We have it a little bit, I think, in Mallrats. But you would just like yell comics all the time, like it was a fucking war cry. Like, comics! You loved them so much. Just the idea of them, the feel of them and shit like that.
The smell of them.
Yeah, and it was so cute because everything else about you was like, pussy, 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 comics!
It really was. I remember.
Why do you think that is?
You know, I don't know. I remember going, it's weird when I think about back then reading the books, and I remember thinking about how much I actually did like them. Like even going to this show, I was so excited to go, and then walking in, it really was the same. I feel like it would be the same sensation if the world ended and we all got to walk through like some paradise where like you know, some field of flowers and everyone was naked and being like, yeah.
Oh my god, you're using drugs again.
No, what I'm saying
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm saying
when you read comics, everything's beautiful, man. You go to the fields and you see the swamp thing.
I know, I wasn't really. I'm saying that I honestly liked comics so much that when I'd walk in a comic show or when I first used to get my new books and I'd start reading them, I feel like
you'd be
transported. Really corny, but like I really would be like in there and I'd be like hanging with Orion and shit on his thing. Running around, Batman would come in and shit, and I'd jump in his ship and we'd be hanging out. Like yeah, it was pretty much like high.
Like Heavenly Creatures. You ever see Heavenly Creatures? Like they'd sit around and talk about the little world they created and then the world would disappear. Peter Jackson made it, and then all the little clay figures they made were like large-sized people that they would interact with. Sounds like in your head you'd sit there, read the comics, and just be like, I wish I was Peter Parker. And then fucking all of a sudden behind you be like, well, you can't be, but you can swing with me, spider friend. Until you heard like, get the fuck out of the bathroom,
It was pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's the best I can explain it, but it really was to where I would like, even